Hi viewers, welcome back to another episode of our channel. So today we're going to be talking about something different, which is the ownership review of NS200. So just before we get into NS200, what do we know about this vehicle? So this was launched at early 2012 and it indeed captured almost all the youngsters' mind, and most of them were buying this bike, and suddenly, for some reason, Bajaj decided to replace this with something called AS200. Was that a great launch? I would say really not, because not a lot of them bought that bike. So the AS200 plan didn't go very well for them, so they decided to relaunch the NS200 again at 2017. And now, in 2019, we have the bike with BS4 norms. Alright, so this comes with always on headlights, and there is no switch for you to control it. And it also comes with a single channel ABS. Right, so it's a single cylinder 200cc engine, and that comes with 4-valve triple spark technology from Bajaj that is producing about 23.2 bhp and 18 Newton meters of torque. Let's talk about what I feel about the bike. I've clocked about 3,000 plus kilometers, and let's see what can be better and what is good and what is up to the mark.
Come to the dark side.
Right, so let's talk about engine. Engine is definitely doing a great job. It doesn't overheat and it comes with liquid cooling, so it is absolutely not a burden to your thighs when you're riding it. And for your regular commute in the stop and go traffic, because the bike is not too heavy, it's nimble, it's flickable, and the perimeter frame gives you a lot of confidence when you do the cornering. Almost everything that I have is stock, and I haven't modified anything. So to talk about stock, the main thing that we talk about are the tires. So how are the tires? The tires are really brilliant, and I am using a tire from MRF, and for Indian road condition, I think this is the optimal match. It gives me a very good grip. So talking about the brakes here, I wouldn't call it not up to the mark, but I can just say it could have been more better comparing it with KTM Duke 200. Because 60 to 0 comes around 2.32 seconds, which I think is really good, and that is because of the help of ABS. Right, so you must remember one thing, it's a single channel ABS, so when you're braking hard, make sure to brake hard the front brake and do not apply overpressure on the back, because there are chances of the wheel being locked up. So it's always recommended during the panic braking you apply a lot of pressure in the front brake. So talking about vibration, it does not have too much of a vibration, but if you cross about 6,000 RPM, you will feel it, and you will feel it on the foot pegs, you will feel it on the handlebar, and there's a little amount of plastic vibrations around this place as well. However, it's not something that's going to be a deal breaker for you.
Come to the dark side.
Okay, so let's talk about the suspension now. Suspension does do its job. It soaks the pots very well. It doesn't get the shock to your spine, and it comes with an adjustable suspension as well. So all this while we are only talking about what's there on the bike. So what could have been better according to me? So the first thing that I would say is it could have been better if I got a dual channel ABS, because that's something is these days are all common across the bikes that are available in the same segment. So I would rather look for a dual channel ABS. For example, TVS Apache gives us a dual channel ABS. the lights. Are the lights are good? Yes, they are, but how is the throw during the night? They're not really great. They're really widespread, and if you're riding in a street where there are no lamps at all, then this will save you. However, if there are other lights, external lights, then this is not going to be too bright. So projector headlamp could have been a little more better. So that said, you certainly need an aux light if you're a person who is traveling a lot in the night and if you're a person who's going for longer rides. At the moment, it comes with the carburetor engine. So what is the problem that I feel with the carburetor engine? At times when you rev up the engine and lose it up and then rev it again, there's a little amount of lag for it to go back to the same phase of where the engine was. And I feel this could have been avoided if it had the fuel injection. And that is exactly what's there in the KTM Duke 200. And you will feel a significant difference if you're riding this and ride that right away. So underbelly silencer is something that I'm a very big fan of. I definitely like it, no complaints. But on the other hand, you also look at what will happen to the Indian roads, because in Indian roads there are a lot of speed breakers that are not regulated properly. Certain speed breakers are little high in terms of the height, and that definitely hits the speed breaker. So you have to be careful when you're riding it on the road where it has a lot of speed bumps. So that is something that you have to be looking at. And talking about ride comfort, you do not have to lean a lot to get yourself on the bike. You can certainly sit upright and it gives you a very good ride quality. However, taking it for a longer rides may tire you a bit. And in terms of pillion comfort, it is good, but it is not great. You can't take a pillion for more than 200 kilometers. And after that, I am certainly sure they're going to ask you to stop. Right, so as Indian riders, what would we look for when we buy a bike? We look at three things. Are we getting value for money? And has it got adequate power? And how much mileage we're getting? So to talk about value for money, even though it has a lot of cons, it still gives you the value for money package feeling. And like I said, I've been riding it for the past 3,000 kilometers and I'm a proud owner of NS200. And why would I say that? Because it has good power. Comparing it with Apache or any other bikes in this segment, this is a bike which comes with 6-speed transmission, and I feel that is a great deal. And it has a good power as well. And moving on to the mileage, I would say it gives you about 30 kilometers per liter, and that is in the city traffic. And I am expecting about 35 kilometers per liter when you go for a long ride. So that put all together is a package, and it's a great deal that you can go for. And talking about the maintenance, it's, the name stands very well. Bajaj does not charge you a lot for the spare parts, and you don't pay a lot for maintenance. So it was 500 kilometers is when I gave this bike for maintenance, and that costed me only about $1,000. And the other frequencies that they have for the services are about generally 3,000 kilometers once they would require to service this bike. And I am expecting a nominal charges again, about 1,000 to 1,500 rupees. That's all I can expect. So who is it suitable for? I feel a lot of youngsters who has a passion to go and ride the super bikes. This is going to be the best amateur bike that comes with 6-speed and comes with a lot of power that will make them learn about the super bikes. So that being said, if you're a person who's looking for a first bike and have a budget constraint, I feel this is going to be a best buy for you. And I'm a proud NS200 owner, and you become one as well. So if you have something else to say about this bike, please feel free to comment on this video. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Please like, comment and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell icon. Have a nice day, folks. Bye-bye.